That's why this afternoon I wrote a second article of impeachment, this time impeaching Chuck Schumer. This is what it looks like. It's 4 pages long. Remember, this is not supposed to be super long. This is pretty basic stuff. We saw that the original article of impeachment against Donald Trump that was passed in the House and is now subject to trial over in the Senate was about this long. I think it was just basically 4.5 pages. And so what I want to do is just run you through what it looks like. Very easy. You can download the template if you want, and it should be in the description. So here's what I wrote today. Impeaching Charles Ellis Schumer, Chuck Schumer, the United States Senator for high crimes and misdemeanors. Of course, remember, we're following the same standard. I didn't change much of this language. This is all almost exactly the same as what you'll see in the original article of impeachment that was filed against Donald Trump. Same thing. I got it from there. I didn't invent this, right? I just took the language off of their own documents. Here's what it says. The House of Representatives, February 8th, Robert Gruler is referring this over to the Committee on the Judiciary, impeaching Chuck Schumer. Resolved that Chuck Schumer, United States Senator of the state of New York, is impeached for high crimes and misdemeanors, and the following article of impeachment be exhibited to the U.S. State Senate. The rest of this stuff is all pretty standard. Okay, this is where they get their jurisdiction. Article of impeachment exhibited by the House against Chuck Schumer in maintenance and support. Then we get to the good stuff. Article 1, incitement of insurrection. Once again, all of this is exactly the same language that is in their article. The only thing I basically changed was the word senators from president to senator. And here is the language. Further, Section 3 of the 14th Amendment prohibits any person who has engaged in insurrection or rebellion against the United States from holding any office under the United States. In his conduct while Senator of the United States and in violation of his constitutional oath, faithfully to execute the office of Senator of the United States and to the best of his ability, preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution of the United States, and in violation of his constitutional duty to take care that the laws be faithfully executed, Charles Ellis Schumer engaged in high crimes and misdemeanors by inciting violence against the government of the United States. In that, this is where you get into the language. This is what changes. On March 4th, 2020, following the nomination and confirmation of Supreme Court Justices Brett Kavanaugh and Neil Gorsuch, Senator Charles Ellis Schumer appeared at an abortion rights rally outside the Supreme Court building where he made remarks threatening 2 members of the United States Supreme Court. Footnote number 1. The United States Supreme Court was in session considering a case involving abortion issues. Footnote number 2. According to Reuters and video evidence, Senator Charles Ellis Schumer said, "I want to tell you, Gorsuch, I want to tell you, Kavanaugh, you have released the whirlwind and you will pay the price. You won't know what hit you if you go forward with these awful decisions." Footnote number 3. Cite your sources. Senator Charles Ellis Schumer also said that the Supreme Court justices were, quote, waging a war on women. Oof. It's provocative language. By performing their constitutional duties under the United States Constitution. Next page. The threat prompted an immediate and direct same-day response from the United States Supreme Court Chief Justice John Roberts, who said, quote, "Justices know that criticism comes with the territory, but threatening statements of this sort from the highest levels of government are not only inappropriate, they are dangerous. All members of the court will continue to do their job without fear or favor from whatever quarter." Footnote number 5. Here are the different footnotes. First footnote, you can see the video on Twitter. So if you download this document and click that link, you can see the video of Chuck Schumer saying it. Footnote number 2, Supreme Court was in session on that day. There's the court calendar. You can take a look. 3, Reuters is confirming all of it. And I think I got the Chief Justice's statement from there. 4 and 5 are just the same footnotes to the preceding article over in Reuters. In all this, Charles Schumer gravely endangers the security of the United States and its institutions and government. He threatens the integrity of the democratic system, interferes with the peaceful administration of justice in the United States Supreme Court, and imperils a lawful branch of government seeking to perform its constitutional duties. He thereby betrayed his trust as United States Senator to the manifest injury of the people of the United States. It was a direct threat to the Supreme Court justices. They heard the threat and they had to issue a statement. Okay, he said something It interfered with the operation of a normal branch of government, just like they're claiming with Donald Trump. He said something, caused some people to do something, according to Ilhan Omar, and they interfered with the lawful operation of the government. It's the same thing. Now, if you really wanted to beef this up, you could just go and find somewhere where somebody did something physically damaging to an abortion clinic or whatever, right? Find something like that. There's a million stories you can go find anything about that and add those in. You could say, look, if you really wanted to beef it up, you could just do what the Democrats did in their memo. Find all these horrific stories about abortion, beef it up. Say Chuck Schumer said something about it, caused a bunch of damage somewhere. Rand Paul said they were knocking on the door in the Supreme Court. A mob was trying to get in, right? You could cite that, cite any one of those things. But that's talking about the harm. That's talking about the damage, the physical damage. The problem here, the Democrats are alleging, Trump said something that interfered with the normal operation of government. That's what an insurrection is. That's a coup, right? They're trying to take that over. They're trying to interfere with the normal operations. Here, Chuck Schumer was standing outside the Supreme Court while they were in session with a group of other protesters saying what he said. Supreme Court had to respond to it. Said, this is dangerous. We're going to carry on. I know you just threatened us, but we're going to operate without fear. Sounds pretty impeachable to me. Wherefore, Charles Schumer, by such conduct, has demonstrated he will remain a threat to national security, democracy, and the Constitution if allowed to remain in office. He's acted in a manner grossly incompatible with self-governance and the rule of law. Charles L. Schumer thus warrants impeachment and trial, removal from office, and disqualification to hold and enjoy any office of honor, trust, or profit under the United States. Chuck Schumer, Article of Impeachment. Feel free to print that off and send it to your local senator, your local House representative. Send it to your representatives in the House. They're the ones who can introduce this stuff.